Good evening. Today, our fellow citizens, our way of life, our very freedom came under attack in a series of deliberate and deadly terrorist acts.
But remember, the government lied to us to get us into Iraq. They told us there were weapons of mass destruction there. When are we going to stop believing the government? They keep doing something, and every time they do something, they hurt us. This plan is a weapon of mass destruction for our economy.
What did Iraq have to do with what?
The attack on the World Trade Center.
Nothing.
I present evidence that proves beyond all reasonable doubt that Bush administration officials took this nation to war in Iraq on a lie, under false pretenses, and therefore under the law. They are guilty of murder for the deaths of over 4,000 young American soldiers who have died so far in Iraq fighting their war. And let's not forget the over 100,000 innocent Iraqi men, women, children, and babies who have died horrible, violent deaths.
The killers could destroy innocent life. And I'm never going to forget it. Well, I didn't really regret it, or kind of semi-regret it. I didn't really regret it, or kind of semi-regret it.
100,000 precious human beings in their cold graves right now as I am talking to you. Speaking metaphorically, I want you to hear, as I do, their cries for justice.
We convinced the world to abandon the gold standard in favor of a dollar standard.
Government actions are going to just drive inflation through the roof, and you have to be holding actual gold.
No president wants war. Everything you may have heard is that this is simply not true.
When are we going to stop believing the government? They keep doing something, and every time they do something, they hurt us.
Bush told the nation on the evening of October 7, 2002, that Saddam Hussein was an imminent threat to the security of this country. He was telling millions of unsuspecting Americans the exact opposite of what his own CIA had told administration officials just 6 days earlier in a classified report on October the 1st that Hussein was not an imminent threat. But it gets worse. On October the 4th, the Bush administration put out an unclassified summary version of the classified report so they could give it to Congress and the American people. And this unclassified version came to be known as the White Paper. And in this White Paper, which I have in front of me, the conclusion of U.S. intelligence that Saddam Hussein was not an imminent threat to the security of this country was completely deleted.
Intelligence gathered by this and other governments leaves no doubt that the Iraq regime continues to possess and conceal some of the most lethal weapons ever devised. What did Iraq have to do with what? Nothing.
When are we going to stop believing the government?
All options are on the table. Does that include the possibility of a nuclear strike? Is that something that your administration will plan for?
All options are on the table.
The senator's got his facts wrong. I have not suggested there's a connection between Iraq and the 9/11.
With respect to 9/11, of course, you've had the story that's been public out there. The Czechs alleged that Mohammed Atta, the lead attacker, met in Prague with a senior Iraqi intelligence official 5 months before the attack.
£180 hair is shoved by the 270-pound deputy. His family doesn't accept the sheriff's office's explanation.
In a matter of seconds, the man, 52-year-old Glenn Beatty, is hit 4 times in the face.
My job is to protect this country, Matt, and I'm going to, within the law. What this government has done is to take the steps necessary to protect you and your family.
It's my life, and that is my wife. That's right.
I say that it would greatly dishonor those in their graves who paid the ultimate price because of this war were you not to refer this case to the Department of Justice. If we want this nation to become the great nation it once was, widely respected around the world, we can hardly do this if we don't take the first step of bringing those responsible for the war in Iraq to justice. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Attacks that killed thousands of innocent Americans. What did Iraq have to do with what?
The attack on the World Trade Center.
Nothing.
And the best way to protect you is to get information. And I'm confident the American people understand why we've done that.
Every single one of these all-important words was taken out. So Congress and the American people never saw any of this. Since we're talking about a matter of war and peace, with the safety and lives of millions of human beings at that time hanging in the balance, and with Congress about to vote in 1 week on whether or not it should authorize George Bush to go to war in Iraq, what could possibly be worse? And I repeat, what could possibly be worse?
None of us will ever forget this day. Yet we go forward to defend freedom and all that is good and just in our world. Thank you. Good night, and God bless America.